So in the podcast, yes, we talked about this analogy of fish management and the idea, the friend asks another friend who's in fish management and says, hey, how do you manage a fish? You know, in sort of in this funny way. And his friend pipes back and says, you don't manage a fish, you manage the environment that they're in. And so in the podcast, we talked about the two most powerful things to creating a good environment are adding people who already believe what you believe, who have a shared belief and a shared value system. So you're adding good things to the environment. But the one that we often don't want to talk about and that we spend too much time on, in my opinion, or prolong it out, is removing bad things or things that don't fit and are making the environment unhealthy. And the number one thing that can make an environment unhealthy is people who don't fit or bad people. They aren't bad people, but they're certainly bad fits for your organization. That's probably because they don't believe what you believe. They don't have a shared belief. They don't have shared core values, and they don't have shared behaviors, okay? And so a big mistake I see a lot is people spend way too much time getting to the point where they let go of somebody that's a bad fit. And let's just call it what it is poisoning the environment. And so a lot of times it's in this element of escalation. So escalating to offboarding a team member, okay, firing somebody. Let's call it what it is. And often, I'll see a kind of a 3 strikes and you're out, or let's get somebody on a PIP program, and they have some sort of overly formal policy to get somebody off. And I think that is a terrible way to go. I think as a leader, you need to be able to use your intuition and you need to be able to call an audible. So we don't get rid of many people around here, okay? Because we do a good job hiring, but every now and again we do. And the few times that I used to have to do some more of that years ago, but the few times I've been involved in that, often I will have to call an audible. And the reason is that I'm having an earnest conversation with the other person. And it is very clear that they do not share our values. We do not see the world the same way. And that doesn't make them a bad person, but it does make them a bad fit. And so often in that room, I will escalate things and say, hey, so-and-so, it's pretty obvious that you don't vibe with our vision and our mission and our core values. I mean, you just articulated X, Y, and Z, and that's completely against everything that we believe and that we're all about, okay? And so what I'm thinking is this is just not a good fit, okay? And oftentimes, again, it's not often because it doesn't happen much, the person says, yeah, I don't believe that, and say, well, great. Listen, I owe it to you and I owe it to everybody else to get you to a place and give you the opportunity so you can get on board with a company who does share your beliefs and does have your shared values. So let's figure that out. And we treat people well when we offboard them. We treat people like people, and we try to allow them to have their dignity. They may not like the ultimate resolution, okay, but we're going to treat them well, and we're going to give them a generous severance and so forth, all right? Now, every once in a while, I'm having that conversation, and the person says, whoa, I need this job. It's supporting my family. It's doing this. It's doing that. And I may not say it quite like this. I might say it a little bit nicer, but the gist of it is, okay, well, if you need it that bad, start acting like it. I told you what the vision is, to be the catalyst that improves the world through service. Service is not subservient, it's a superpower. You know how we do that? It's care by creating a rare experience. We lean into personalization, okay? We lean in on making a wow experience for other people. And here's our various core values. One of them is willingness to shovel snow. It's all about humility, okay? We should never hear from somebody, hey, I'm not doing that. That's my job. And guess what? You just said that in here with me. All right, so what I need you to do, and this is what we've done a few times, I need you to just go home. We'll pay you for the rest of the day if they're an hourly employee. And I need you to really think, can you come into work every day, day after day, and really live out this vision, mission, core values? Because we're all about it here. I need that here, not only from you, but I need it for everybody else because I need to create a good environment. Okay, in the fish management world, I create a good, healthy environment, the fish are healthy. I create a bad environment that's poison and toxic, the fish aren't healthy, okay? So then that person, I'll say, hey, I need you to come back in tomorrow, or and we're gonna have a conversation. I need you to either confirm what I think I know, which is that this is not a good fit, or you need to convince me that you can get on board and then live that out, okay? Now I'll document that. I know you need to document it, but it's not a 3-strike and you're out process or something like that. And I'll tell you why. Because if I prolong it that long, who am I hurting? I'm hurting all their coworkers, okay? And I'm hurting that person because I can't allow them the opportunity to get to a place where they can thrive, all right? Now, I'm not talking about somebody who needs to get a little bit better at their skill set. I'm talking about a values and a behavior-based conversation. Don't have an overly formal process. Give yourself the opportunity to use your intuition, okay, and use your common sense and make the best decision that's going to make the best environment.